Once upon a time, in a magical land where the sun smiled brightly every morning and flowers danced to melodies, there lived a princess with skin as white as snow, eyes sparkling like stars, and a heart soft as cotton. Her name was Snow White Princess, because both her appearance and her soul were pure and gentle like fluffy white cotton. Snow White Princess lived with her father in an elegant palace on the edge of the forest. Her father was a just and kind king, but her queen mother had passed away when she was very young. Years later, the king remarried. The new queen appeared beautiful from the outside, but inside she was filled with dark feelings. Most of all, she envied the kind and loving heart of Snow White Princess. This queen had a mirror. But this was no ordinary mirror. It was a magical talking mirror. Every morning, the queen would ask the mirror,
"Mirror, mirror, tell me true? Who's the fairest in this land, do you know?"
And the mirror would always answer,
"Outer beauty fades, but inner beauty lasts forever. The one with a heart full of love, Snow White Princess, is the fairest in this land."
Each time she heard this answer, the queen's heart filled with anger. One day, her patience ran out and she decided to get rid of Snow White Princess. But a loyal forest guardian, who overheard the queen's dark plan, secretly took Snow White Princess deep into the forest and said,
"Run, my dear. I cannot protect you anymore. But I know this forest will keep you safe."
Snow White Princess walked through the forest without fear. The trees showed her the way, and butterflies accompanied her. By the lake, behind a flowery hill, she saw a tiny little cabin. Curious, she gently knocked on the door. When no sound came from inside, she quietly opened it. The cabin was spotless, but the furniture was tiny. On the table, there were 7 little heart-shaped plates and 7 small chairs. Each heart had a word written on it: joy, kindness, courage, wisdom, hope, patience, and compassion. This cabin didn't belong to 7 dwarfs, but to 7 little hearts. These little hearts were magical beings who had lived in the forest since ancient times. Each guarded a feeling and maintained the balance of love in the forest. Snow White Princess settled in the cabin as night fell. When morning came, the little hearts greeted her. At first, they were surprised, but soon they saw her good heart. A bond formed between them. Snow White Princess began living with the little hearts, cooking for them, gathering flowers, and telling them stories full of love. Days passed peacefully, and again the queen asked her mirror,
"Mirror, mirror, tell me true? Who is the fairest in this world now?"
The mirror replied once more,
"The fairest one is Snow White Princess, who lives peacefully in the forest with the 7 little hearts."
The queen's anger grew even stronger. Changing her face and voice, she disguised herself and went to the forest with a magical red apple. She caught Snow White Princess alone one day and offered her the apple.
"My dear, this is a wish apple. One bite will make your heart's wish come true."
Snow White Princess kindly thanked her and took a bite. But the apple was not a true wish apple. It was filled with dark magic. Suddenly, Snow White Princess collapsed to the ground. She closed her eyes, but her face still held a peaceful glow. When the little hearts found her, they were deeply saddened. But wisdom said,
"The only thing that can wake her is a heart's light born from true love."
The 7 little hearts joined their hands and directed their heart light towards Snow White Princess. Hope whispered, joy smiled, compassion shed tears. At that moment, a magical light rose. Snow White Princess opened her eyes. The little hearts joyfully bounced around her, and Snow White Princess smiled.
"You showed me not only the power of the heart but also friendship and love."
From that day on, Snow White Princess became the guardian of the forest. Together with the little hearts, they became guiding stars for lonely children. At night, 7 little heart-shaped stars twinkled in the sky, reminding everyone of those feelings. And Snow White Princess's star was always the brightest of all. Now close your eyes and feel the light of the little hearts. May Snow White Princess smile upon you in your dreams. Good night, sweet dreams.